Hey guys, Bill from Evil Olive here again. As you can tell, we still don't have a set. But like any good company, we would never hold any one person responsible. Because it's not any one person's fault. However, we did finally all agree on a set schedule.
Alan! Al! Alan! 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 Al! Alan! Alan!
Son of a...
Anyway, last week we talked about Audio Zombie, talked about what they did, and we went over 2 of their albums. This week we'll talk about 3 more. We'll see what they'd be a good addition to, and play some samples for you. So with that being said, welcome to the Olive Jar. So let's get right into it. Today we'll be looking at Lost Souls, Penumbra, and Centralia by Audio Zombie. All 3 of these albums are what you'd consider to be soundscapes, that being that creepy background or ambient noise. Lost Souls is the first album we'll talk about today. This album is self-described as an audio journey into the celestial waiting room of where souls are punished so that they may atone for their sins. Off the bat, we can tell a few things. First keyword being waiting room. It'll have some slower melodic qualities which could prove to be useful in areas with less actor interaction or middle points between scenes. Something to connect 2 areas and keep the customers engaged in the atmosphere that you've created. Second keyword being punished. This will more than likely have some deeper tones to it that would bring thoughts of torture to most people, and possibly some higher ones that you would associate with pain or discomfort. And in between both of those is the sweet spot of suspense, which is what we're really after. The first track we'll talk about is Dusa, or Dusa. Not sure on the pronunciation. A mausoleum, an old house, or a graveyard. Somewhere that's got a lot of eye candy to look at. The keyboard in this track, along with its deeper bass beats, would complement someone shifting their attention to different props or furnishings constantly, keeping the suspense building for a really good scare at the end. The next track, Neshoon, I think. This track, with its music box hints, would go great in a scene based on children or a dollhouse or a combination thereof. The next track we've got here is Carries. It has a series of long tonal pitches. This would be good for any long stretch of walking, be it a straight line like walking down a hallway, or through connecting corridors with tight corners. The next track is called Shekinah. I'm probably butchering that, but that's okay. This track has a slower background with a very fast-paced foreground. This would be best used in a scene with lots of action and actor interaction. Perhaps a possession scene or people being held captive, screaming for help. And the last track we'll talk about on this album is Rui, and I'm almost positive I got that one right. 1 of 5 isn't bad. This track brings to mind any dark cellar or storage shed, something with a flickering or pulsing light that may be able to be timed with the constant warning alarm sound throughout the rest of the track. This could also prove to be fit in a laboratory or quarantine area. The next album is Penumbra. This album I see most fitting for an outdoor attraction, seeing as that it's full of the kinds of ups and downs associated with chasing, searching, and exploring. The first track, Crescent. Just like a book, this album starts off telling a story. This track would be great for any entrance of any source. What comes to my mind is a horse-drawn carriage storming through Sleepy Hollow. However, few of us would have access to this kind of an opportunity, but if you have a good 30-second walk leading up to the entrance of the haunt or the entrance to a scene itself, this would put that move quickly you're being chased feeling in your customers for sure. The next track we have, The Summoning. This would be great for any walk-through outdoor area, such as a wooded path or up to or out of a cemetery scene. It's more of a laid-back track that makes me think of strolling along somewhere when I'm lost, but I'm still calm enough not to start panicking just yet. Next track we have is called The Woods. This track has a few interesting things to it. First being a good wandering through the woods and stumbling upon an old rundown house feeling. The second being entering that house. It also has a third theme that kind of reminds me slightly of The Exorcist. So for that creepy rundown shack or appearance of someone possessed by demons, this would work great. The last album we're going to talk about is called Centralia. Now, many of you may have seen the movie Silent Hill, or maybe even played the video game. But did you know that it was based off a real location? The town of Centralia in Columbia County, Pennsylvania was a booming mining community, coal mining to be exact. But in 1962, the mine caught on fire, causing the town to both economically and literally start collapsing on itself. The fires there will be raging for another 1,000 years with their current supply of fuel. Audio Zombie went and recorded hundreds of hours of audio from around the town, and even down into the mine with their professional equipment. They edited it down into this album. All these sounds are real. Nothing is synthetic. And being that it's completely organic only adds to how creepy it sounds and feels. The first track we'll talk about off this album is Devoid. This would be great for a desolate wilderness scene such as a cave entrance or some sort of a tribal gathering area. The next track, As the City Burns, is great for a scene centered around fire, burning buildings, or a boiler room. The crackling of flames and low echoey tones scream abandonment, which is what this album is centrally themed about. The next track is Nightfall, great for any dark industrial themed area. Low bassy beats followed by lingering echoes. This will put you down in a hole somewhere deep. And the last track we'll talk about on this album, Winds of Fire. I can see this being used with great effect in a cave situation, or any tunnel or gorge type area. Somewhere that will channel and carry sound across a distance. Sounds of wind passing over and around things are plentiful in this one, as well as the occasional indiscernible sounds. This all keeps with the abandoned and desolate theme. Well guys, that's all we have for you today, so if you like what you saw and heard, head over to audiozombiessound.com and check them out. They have all their albums for sale directly on the site, both in hard copy as well as a digital download. There's also contact information if you're wanting some custom work done. If you do place an order with them, do us a favor and mention Evil Olive in their order comments section to let them know that we sent you. Obviously, we love Audio Zombie's work, but we're curious to know what you think about it, whether you've used Audio Zombie before or not, what you thought of it and how you used it if you did, and if based off what you've seen here, if you would purchase an album and what you might use it for. Leave a comment and let us know. Thanks again for watching our video. We appreciate your honesty as much as we hope you appreciate ours, so if you like this video, do us a favor and hit the like button. Hit dislike if you didn't like it, and feel free to leave a comment in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and follow us on Facebook. And if you have a product yourself you'd like us to review, head over to eviloliveproductions.com and submit a request. Until next time, thanks for thinking inside the jar.